Let's talk about some grass.
That's on brand, Jenna.
But this kind of grass.
I think that we can make some improvements.
That's above my pay grade, but whatever you heard is accurate.
Like it had like a bunch of divots in there. Like you had to like stomp on it. And that was interesting. I never saw that before. Maybe it's just new field or something.
Need to be compacted a little bit more, but my first impression was I did like it.
This is the Buffalo Plus Podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Buffalo Plus Podcast. Mike Catalana, Dan Fates, I am Jenna Cottrell. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Today we're going to be talking about our observations from the open practice here in Orchard Park, injury update. We're going to talk some grass. We're going to talk some new to the day, pass catcher of the day. We heard from Jim Leonard as well. A lot to get to, gentlemen, on this Tuesday afternoon. 41,000 plus people here at the new Highmark Stadium for a practice.
Yeah, I'm going to give them credit for doing this because the initial thought was they were going to have the 2 preseason games, obviously on the schedule, and then they had the return of the blue-red. And a lot of fans were frustrated because that directly goes to season ticket holders and the timing, because it was the first event here at the stadium. So they said, we're going to open it up, and they did. Honestly, I loved this day. I thought it was great. It's great seeing all the fans at a game. It was great seeing them the first time. I thought it felt like a giant practice at St. John Fisher.
Very relaxed.
Yeah.
Josh Palmer joked around that fans were lining up starting at like 5:30 and that it was difficult to get to practice on time, said he had to
drive illegally.
Let your imagination wander
with
what the Canadian
was probably.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, I really thought a cool atmosphere, kind of got to see a lot more kids. That was nice.
Yeah, I thought it was cool because you did get to see so many more families. Obviously, the ticket would be free if you were able to get one through the team, and then also it being an early morning type of thing. Now, look, does 8:30 a.m. on a Tuesday work for everyone? Obviously not, but I thought it was an early day, but I thought it was a nice,
What time did you wake up?
4:45.
Yeah, same.
So did I.
So we actually talked to, hold on, but we
How
talked
adorable
to
is this?
the security staff, and look at that synergy.
Yes.
And like some of the security people, they had to get here at 3 a.m.
Yeah, Brian, who runs the show, I think he...
Synergy.
Did he spell it right?
I don't know.
I just went by.
Yeah.
Brian, who runs security from here, was telling us, I think he was leaving at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, he lives in Rochester, so it was an early morning, but still really nice to see fans having more exposure to the new stadium. Let's talk a little bit about the injuries because I think that's something that kind of cropped up. So Keon Coleman walking out to practice with a boot on his right foot. On the broadcast on Saturday, they had mentioned that his ankle after a play kind of came up a little bit lame on it. And then now the walking boot. So I'm just going to list the injuries, and then we can kind of get into stuff.
Okay, got it.
Khalil Shakir was in sneakers today. He did not practice. We don't know if that's a vet rest day.
Yeah, let's throw that in at the top here.
Yeah.
They do not have to designate any of these injuries. It is still training camp. There's no injury report. So we're not doctors.
Yes.
So
I feel
trying
like we've
to
said that a
make
lot
plays.
this summer.
Yes.
Yep.
Skylar Bell did not practice. Let's see, who else? Connor McGovern, once again, not out there for practice. C.J. Gardner-Johnson not practicing. But 2 guys coming back, Cole Bishop as well as Max Hairston, were out here today.
So let's go back to some of those injuries. In case you missed it, Connor McGovern told Joe Biscaglia, I think, of The Athletic, that it's week to week and that he's hoping to be ready for the first game of the season. So some clarity there. The others we don't know. Like, obviously, you see Keon in the boot. We have no idea what it was in terms of Khalil Shakir today.
Yeah.
And some of these could also be veteran rest days. Like Ed Oliver was not practicing. He was walking around and he looked fine.
He was wearing cleats.
He was wearing cleats, so you never know what it is. Max did tell us it was a groin injury.
Yep.
And that he's back. So at least we got the clarity there. And Cole Bishop is back. Good to see.
Correct. Brady went hockey coach with that one when we knew that Max and Cole were dealing with lower body injuries. So good to see them back. Obviously, we know Max missed so much time last training camp with the knee injury. He said that it wasn't as much of a mental hurdle. He knew this time around it was nowhere near the severity of what the knee injury was last year at training camp at St. John Fisher. Good to see those guys back. C.J. Gardner-Johnson still doesn't look great walking around. Still has that sleeve on his right lower calf and leg.
Jalen Kilgore also did not practice.
Yes.
He had a sleeve on his right leg as well. So just some injury
Yep.
notes.
Did we jinx it? Did everybody jinx it?
I was going to say, not us.
But there was a lot of talk about how healthy this training camp was.
That was pretty early, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, yeah.
Well, actually, Dan.
No, I'm saying is, people say that after like 4 days.
Yeah, it was the Brady
especially when
McDermott.
CJ came back like that.
Yes.
From camp. And some of this is precautionary, but other ones are, like Connor McGovern not being out there is concerning. And you hope for the first game, right? Because you're playing Houston.
He had quite
in
a
the
bit of
first game.
K2 tape on his leg.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so him even saying that. So, but CJ is a big deal, I think, for what this defense wants to do. So we'll see where they are. But Cole Bishop being back out there makes everybody feel a lot better about the defense.
For sure.
And then Max, too.
Yeah.
Keon, just to build off of the last game, to build off the preseason game, to build off that, kind of stinks as we're waiting to see who will emerge as this wide receiver 3 out of this group. We've talked about that. That's been something written kind of in pencil. I think they'd like to solidify that. I know they want to rotate guys around and everybody eats. You'd really like to see guys continue to stack good days. I will get to observations in a minute. But Josh Palmer had another solid day, which was a good sign.
This is a big week for him.
Yeah.
If he can take advantage of the opportunity of not having Keon on the field and kind of have some separation between him and Keon, I mean, that would be big for him and what that would mean in terms of the Bills wide receiver pecking order.
Look, I know we're going to have the full observations, but saw him make a really good move off the jump against Max.
Yeah.
And then went sort of back shoulder, great throw by Josh, made a play down the field. We talked to him. He feels better. He's got more knowledge of the system. It's what he was hoping, I think, last year was going to be for him. But now he's a year farther along in it. And, we don't know the extent of anything with Keon, but it's going to become more and more important.
To put into perspective a little bit this practice, and we'll get to that in a second. Do we want to do grass then practice observations?
That's what you guys wanted to do.
Yeah. Okay, then we'll save it
What do you
for
got?
that. Nope.
What do you got?
You got something.
Nope, we're talking grass.
Something's cooking.
Nope.
I thought it
I'm
would
gonna
be more
remember.
natural to
I'm
do
gonna
the
remember.
grass last.
I'm going to remember.
But
I'm going to remember.
Okay.
I'm sure you will. Okay.
So,
well,
can we just get it out of the way here? Jenna, you want to talk about grass?
The grass. It's so funny. So that has been a topic of conversation on social media as well as after what?
We talked about it after the game.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were saying something specifically. But that has been a topic of conversation after the game as well. When you saw after Saturday some certain spots on the field, just how soft the turf was. Some of the grass coming up in clumps, things looking uneven.
Yeah.
It looked very soft. And actually today, we got to walk out on the field after practice. And I'm curious, what your thoughts were.
I'm not playing on it. It's nice. I wish it was my backyard. It looks awesome. But even you can really tell the difference between the artificial. It's a harder thing. And in fact, we talked to the players, starting with Bradley Chubb, about what they thought of it. And you'll get an idea of the way the players perceive the field and, well, the honesty in what they're out there playing on.
Oh, that's above my pay grade, but, whatever you heard is accurate.
I don't know. That's interesting because the field was all right to me. You know what I'm saying? It's a great field. I love the grass. I'm not too fond of the turf. But it did have some moments where it was like divoting. You know what I'm saying? Like it had like a bunch of divots in there. Like you had to like stomp on it. And that was interesting. I never saw that before. I was maybe just new field or something.
It's all right. It's all right. It's a little need to be compacted a little bit more, but my first impression was I did like it, but it is coming up a little bit. But we're gonna get it fixed.
I love grass. Like regardless of if it gives or not. I just view it as like we're just so powerful. It might come up sometimes.
I think that we can make some improvements. The grass is definitely soft. It's plush. It feels great to break on. It just breaks up a little bit. So I think once we get that dialed in, it'll be money.
I mean, shoot, we grew up on a dirt field, so like you just do one of these and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't spoiled, so like it just happens. You know what I'm saying? So, but I like the field. I like the grass. I like it way better than turf.
I feel a lot better after we get done with practice. Yeah, on grass and I do on turf, and that's the honest truth. Like even we go and practice on our indoor and we're on the turf, like your knees hurt for a couple of days, your back hurts. Like I'm a real believer in grass, and plus that's what I played on for 5 years in school.
I think that's why we're in here doing it. Get to see what footwork works best in here. Get to see how to keep your foot in here, and it's going to come with some trial and error. But at the end of the day, when it's come Thursday night, trying to put the lights down and all that, I feel like we're going to be ready.
I thought that was a good mix of opinions. It's an issue. It doesn't mean it is a top issue, but it's important.
You don't think it's a top issue?
I'm talking about there is a lot they have to worry about on the field. They're playing the first game in Houston. It's got nothing to do with the grass field.
Oh, I thought you meant like in the terms of the stadiums, like we've talked about the video boards. There's nothing more important than making sure the playing surface is.
I know. I'm saying this is not first and foremost in all of their minds, but when they're on the field. You heard, it's like Dwayne Carter saying, we like being on the grass.
Absolutely.
But it does come into play. Bradley Chubb, what you've heard, it's not a secret to the players. This is something they're talking about.
We were talking about it off to the side with other media members. It felt like Joe Brady and coaches were vocal today when we were walking around and could hear their displeasure with the field. They were having to move drills because of the chunks of grass that were there. The DNs running around the bag and doing their things. They had to move the bag because there's chunks after these guys are planting and big dirt is being kicked up. That's a concern. It felt like Pee Wee football, or if you've ever played Little League sports where you're going, well, there's a pond at second base, so we can't play there. we're gonna work on running down the first base line. Don't worry about running to second base because it's underwater. It is not ideal. I like Josh Palmer saying there can be improvements made.
I think that was a very political, diplomatic way of saying that there's things that need to be fixed, and also it's a work in progress.
I don't know how you fix these things. I will say, this is not a permanent issue. If they wanted to tomorrow, they could get brand new sod and brand new turf, and they could.
But it's not, I don't believe the issue is specifically these blades of grass, in a sense of my impression is it is
the sand underneath?
Yeah, it's the entire process. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was talking to somebody from the team. They were saying they're literally growing pains with a new field. I just don't know if I've seen this in other places with new grass fields. I think the Bills are the only team this year in a new stadium and a new grass field, right? Other teams have put it. So I'm not saying it's not an issue, and it is an issue, but I'm saying I'm not sure how much better it's going to get. And I don't know if you could just rip this out and put a new one in and everything would be perfect. I think there is some wear on it that eventually it becomes it sounds funny to say a better field, the more time on it, but I think it needs to grow.
Here's where I just get confused is Tuckahoe Farms was the one that did the turf or the sod for this, and they've done Acrisure Stadium, they've done Fenway Park, they've done
they're
countless,
the gold standard
for
the professional
NFL approved
place.
And so it was like they got it from Batavia down the road, and they were like, this looks good.
But I'm not sure how much of the overall involvement of how it's done is based on the grass. I think maybe some mistakes were made in the way it was put in and all that was there, and it's not taking the way they want.
But I guess why?
I don't know.
Would that happen if the this is also we're just flushing this out altogether right now. But I guess
trust tree.
I'm just we're in the trust tree right now. I guess I don't really understand how
it can be a problem.
Yeah,
I am with you on that. I'm saying I don't think it's an easy fix to just say roll out more turf and everything will be good. Because if that was the case, they would do it.
I agree with that.
And that tells me it might be a bigger issue.
But that's the concern is how much will this linger? Because while grass is phenomenal and the players want to be on grass, there's also the element of the playing surface and how much that can affect things. Does it have more give than turf? Obviously. But if it's going to be completely bald by halftime.
It's also perfect conditions right now. Perfect.
Yeah.
It is. They had the big
very
rain.
soft.
If it was just from the huge rain game, the first practice, maybe that would be different. You couldn't have gotten nicer conditions than what we had.
That worries me.
For the game
Saturday
and for this practice.
Yeah. I guess when we were done with practice and we were able to walk out on the field, I'm just in my sneakers and I'm like, you could see though there were certain spots that it felt like the grass was completely chunked away and you could see the sand underneath. And We're not doctors. We're also not sod specialists, but I could
Not the sod
understand
father.
how the turf, or not the turf, but the playing surface, how that could impact this game.
Yeah, and Bradley Chubb talked about understanding the cleats, your footing, getting to know this surface. Look, there are tons of stadiums that have natural grass that have multiple college and professional games in a weekend. Pittsburgh does it. Miami does
Yeah.
it. There is a way that this can all work out. They're working out kinks or having to figure out the kinks of what has caused this field to be so soft.
You know
Yeah.
what else it is too? It was pristine. Nobody was on it. Do you know what I mean? So when the first time people were on it is when they're finding out they had issues. Almost feels like should have had some test runs on it earlier to see. I got a guy who knows sod, and back when it was being installed, he just thought it was interesting, the process. He watched the stuff about the way they took care of things, thought it was, oh, that's the way they're doing it. He didn't say terrible, it's bad, but that's why I do think it might be an overall process with the way it was done, not just the actual blades of grass.
How concerned are you about it getting resolved?
Well, that was when I said it's not the number one thing. I mean, they got a lot to worry about to get ready for the season, but this should be top of mind for people who aren't playing on the field.
That is correct.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I totally agree.
Bradley Chubb, those guys got to deal with it, but man, every day, if I was running the thing, I would be like, how are we getting this fixed?
That's why I think it will get resolved, is because this is such this is the piece. Like,
That's what
obviously,
Josh Allen is.
yeah, you want to get it resolved, and that's why I do think that it will come along. But I think it's been kind of an eye-opening process maybe for the team opening up the new stadium with some of the things that have garnered attention online and beyond that.
Yeah. I tweeted out, some of the sound bites that you heard, but it also has some of my shots of the actual turf from the game on Saturday. Referees, officials, players all trying to, like we were talking about after the game. It wasn't like they took a 9-iron and hit a tee shot. This is mounds. This is helmet-sized craters, it feels like, that the players are having to adjust to, move practice around. It's a little bit of a headache. I thought when we first asked Bradley Chubb about it, it's like, it's above my pay grade. But what you've heard is true, was kind of like, yeah.
I will say this. If they were going to do something substantial,
now
this is the time to do it,
Yep.
because they can be off of this field until the Lions
Thursday,
game.
yep.
Right, so what is that, 3 weeks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
so far.
we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. That's our grass discussion.
Really?
Jenna's favorite topic.
It's so funny because people think I'm not high. I'm not. I'm
Oh,
not.
that sounds convincing.
Yeah,
I'm
that
not.
was.
I wonder if people ask Micah if he's high, because
We'll ask him.
I will ask him. I'm just curious. Okay, let's go to some observations.
We talked about all the injuries.
Or you remembered it?
I did.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I got 2. We talked about all the injuries that there were today. To put into perspective this practice, Jenna, at times you said there was a really good atmosphere, but then there wasn't a ton to cheer about. Like, the ball was hitting the ground quite a bit today. That's because for some reps with Josh Allen, he had Trent Sherfield, McCole Hardman, and Josh Palmer were the wide receivers.
Yeah.
Or White Steve. So it was slim pickings there offensively. Defense was better today, as a lot of the DJ Moore, who did go through individual drills. Forgot to mention him. That was a positive, because after he came up kind of limping in that game, but did not take part in any of the one-on-ones and did not take part in any of the team drills.
Yeah.
Dan, we didn't say it, but we referred to the grass as the new dude of the day.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
that's
new
fair.
dude,
Unfortunately,
grass.
new dude. And pass catcher of the day, it's White Steve.
Or Dante Pettis.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm going to say White Steve because we love Kenai Walker and the way he has played, and it was a covered rep.
Yep.
And Steve went up and took it.
From Josh
Lost
Allen.
Then,
Yeah.
Little spin.
spin the ball, like awesome from Josh. He had that touchdown last year at camp with Josh. Had another one, so we're going to give him credit for that.
I like watching Steve Gosnell play.
He's going to play this weekend, and he's going to play.
he's
going to
get a lot of playing time.
A lot of snaps for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Watching some of the reps, the first one-on-one of 11-on-11, James Cook slipped coming out of the backfield. Deion Walker fell on the ground, and Spencer Brown got rolled into. There were so many bodies on the ground. So again, this wasn't just individual drills. It felt like the as we continue to talk about the turf.
The grass, yeah.
The grass
Yeah.
affected it. I believe in something. I don't know how good IGB will be. I can tell you right now, he is elite at trash talking. He is CB1 aura when it comes to the amount of celebration after every single individual rep. That dude is celebrating.
We just made the point of Josh Palmer getting the one on Max.
Yeah.
IGB came back a little bit after that and shut down Josh Palmer on another play.
And let everybody know
about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were doing one-on-ones. It was a bad throw, I believe, by Kyle Allen. Nowhere near the wide receiver. IGB celebrating for like 15 seconds afterwards.
It's getting his moment.
He was looking at us the one time in the end zone. He's celebrating like a pass goes incomplete. He didn't even break it up.
While we're in the middle of all that, we're talking about the corners. Christian Benford, man on his own island there, we're going to say. On the other side, we'll see how Max is coming back. You're talking about IGB as a rookie and Kenai Walker. That is very limited, very, very limited experience in the NFL. Now, D. Alford can play on the outside. We don't know how much they want him out there. I don't know if it's a break glass kind of thing. But if you go into the season with Christian Benford, Max, who had half a year, whatever it is, the amount of snaps last year, and 2 rookies as your top 4 corners,
We were talking.
That's tough.
We were talking about this after Jim Leonard talked of like we have said all summer like I think they're going to sign a veteran corner. I think they're going to sign a veteran corner. But I'm like, they still haven't signed that veteran corner.
Yep.
So at this point, do you think it's just like, hey, we're gonna roll with the depth that we have, or what do you make of that?
I think it's still on the table.
Yep.
I think you see a lot of transactions late in, like right before the season. A team will make a decision. We got this young guy. We're moving on from
Yes.
player X, whoever it happens to be. An example would be let's
Dane
just
Jackson.
say Dane Jackson, or even a Trey White.
A player of Dane Jackson's caliber, a
yeah.
9-year veteran who has always been
But it could also be
corner
a better
3 to
player.
5.
But
Yeah,
it could
sure.
also be
Well,
a better
yes, yeah.
player.
You don't
Nothing
have to.
personally
That's how
against-
time works.
No, but I'm saying is there are players.
I don't think that's
that-
actually how time.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
It has
that's
nothing to do
not.
with time.
Yeah.
It is.
It was the bit, guys.
I know, but the bit's gotta.
Gotta have a point.
Yeah.
Anyhow, no, there's better players that you might say, we're going to move on from this guy because we have 2 younger players and whatever it is. Or it's somebody with a connection to Jim, to his defense that fits
Sure.
the scheme,
Yeah.
that is a bit of a plug-and-play guy that you know if you need him. I'm just concerned when I look at that. Of all the depth issues that they have, they're at different levels. Like the D-line's looking better. We'll see about the pass rushers. But on defense, it is corner right away for me as a problem.
And today we got to talk to Max Hairston. He obviously returned from practice. We also got to talk from Jim Leonard as
Yeah.
well. And he was asked about Max Hairston coming back and just like missing some time and what goes into that. And I thought it was really interesting because one of Max's, talents is his speed.
Yeah.
And Jim Leonard was talking about how, it's almost like guys' internal clocks get sped up and how when they're back on the field, you have to kind of relax into it.
Throws off their rhythm.
Tempo.
The rhythm and tempo. You're right. I thought that was fascinating to think of. Oh, it's just go back out there and run. But it's the steps. It's all the footwork that goes into it. Hopefully Max
And the patience.
Yes.
And I think that's something that you don't think about.
I mentioned this before about patience. You don't, right, like you say, you don't think about it. You don't think about it for running backs until you watch James Cook.
Yeah.
Because his vision is great and his patience makes him such a better player and then uses his speed. Max was saying, like, it's not hard for him to adjust to it. It's at the line of scrimmage. That's what he needs to do. And then he said, I always have my speed to catch up, which is great to have it that way. By the way, I think we should mention this every time we talk to Jim Leonard. I love hearing him talk.
Head coach.
Love it.
Head coach.
No,
we're not making the point he's the head coach here. Joe's the head coach. He sounds
he's a
like
future
a
head coach.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing great.
Okay.
He does say
I got you
that.
today, right? Now it's in your head.
No, I mean that's
think
what a
he's
coach does.
dresses
though.
the
It's not gonna be like,
positives at
hey, this
camp."
dude sucks. Like that's not what you're gonna do, especially in the summer. But I think sometimes the way they compliment players is indicative of how they believe in a guy.
Dan, will you clip that? This dude sucks.
I want more violence. Let's talk about grass.
I just wish one time when we asked Jim Leonard about a player, he could say, He's got a ways to go. It's everybody. You know what I'm talking about.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
love what he's doing.
You
Yes.
mean he's a coach who's supporting his players publicly
Encouraging
and
it,
encouraging
yeah.
them and then telling them what he needs them to do?
yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm shocked. I know what you're saying. You wish
Imagine
there
him
was that
watching
breath
this.
of honesty, but also I think where we're at in the season and trying to like, this is also, he's trying to get these guys to buy in. You can't be like, yeah, this guy, nope, not going to cut it. Hey, Dan, two things can be true. I get what you're saying, though.
We're going to have...
Doesn't feel like it.
You know what we'll do? We'll have Jim review one of our podcasts.
Oh, I'm sure he
then
would
he
love
goes,
that.
He'll look at Dan and go, this guy sucks.
This guy sucks. No, I think, but
You're doing a great job, Dan. We're all very happy.
Dan, like all of our podcasters. No.
He did throw in like all of our players.
Did he?
Yeah. I think it might have been when I asked him about Terrell Bernard. He said all of our backers.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a very Sean McDermott. Like
yes.
All of our
All of our
quarterbacks.
Just appreciate honesty every once in a while. Like,
No,
that's what we
and
love in this business.
Yes.
You're like, no, why would he ever give honesty?
It's not that I don't want honesty. I also understand his perspective and where he's coming from as well. Like, I think you have to acknowledge it's understandable. Now, we can read through the tea leaves.
Yes.
Like, he was asked about Landon Jackson, and he talked about how much Landon's confidence has grown. But I also didn't think he was like, that dude's got it. Like, I think he was cautionarily optimistic,
Ooh,
but I also
like
think
that.
that he was realistic and not giving him all the flowers.
I get annoyed, I guess. It's my pet peeve because aggregators will take the
Yes.
transcript of what is said and then say, this guy's been great at camp. And we have been at every single practice and I haven't noticed said player.
This is why you shouldn't pay attention to those people because they're not here.
Just saying,
they're not
dove and all that.
By the way, I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, he basically said, Terrell Bernard is my starter.
Yes, yeah.
And
We're
the other
figuring
guys
out,
are
yeah.
fighting for the spot. I still think Dorian's ahead with his experience.
I agree.
But
He
again,
talked about KEO. He's going to be a good player. He
Yeah.
did say that, which I thought was interesting.
I
He
think
said
he-
he loves
yeah.
his physicality
He liked
as
him,
well.
Dan.
He liked him. I did think what
he got out of position on one of the plays that he
Yep.
got the pass interference. He was trying to disguise too much pre-snap, got himself in trouble, he said, caused him to panic, and that's what drew the flag.
I did think it was interesting what Jim Leonard said about Terrell Bernard, though, about how he needs to react more and think less.
I wanted to follow up and ask him if it's harder to, like players talked about, the aggressiveness.
Turn their brain off.
Is it harder to turn your brain off or get a guy to think more?
Yeah.
I would think. Go ahead.
Good.
Jenna.
Hey.
I
You're
feel
talking
like
about you with us,
this.
too.
No, I was saying, no, I feel like that's Dan and I. Dan just reacts. Where
He is.
sometimes you gotta be like, okay,
He's a
Jenna,
react and read.
They're like, turn your brain on, Dan.
Dan, turn it on.
No,
Spell
but-
it.
But I do
Jenna's
think
like, stop.
I do think now that Bernard has his physical ability back, where he's healthier, I think that will come with his play. He takes a lot of responsibility. He is a smart player, and if he's physically feeling good, that makes him a really good player for this defense.
Yeah.
Despite the way last year went.
Yeah, agreed. He did mention Michael Hoyt as well.
Yep.
How they're continuing to build up the volume for him, and they're almost protecting him from him.
Yeah.
But he did say at some point in the preseason he does expect him to get out on the field. So I thought that was an interesting note.
Jordan Hancock has been really good at nickel. He mentioned they're going to try and put more on his plate at safety-wise. I think you're just trying to look at some versatility. Jordan Hancock looks so much more comfortable as the aggressive, downhill, tackling nickel, almost like a Taron Johnson, than in coverage.
They were stuck again last year. So many guys were hurt. He wasn't 100% healthy. They had to use him in spots that he probably wasn't equipped for, certainly as a rookie. But I think he has probably used all of that in this new system. And again, being healthy. He's one of those guys. And that could come into play, like you said, if Alfred needs to play more on the outside. You know,
It's nice to
can
have
Hancock be that guy in the slot?
In terms of versatility, too, he was very complimentary of Deion Walker.
Oh, you can't be complimentary of him. That's
Dan's
not
like,
right.
screw that.
Yeah, that guy just dominated the preseason game, but they're going to say he's good.
But he was very complimentary of him and how he flashed on Saturday and the versatility that he can bring. And if you're watching,
upset with me.
if you're listening, Dan's just looking away. Oh, really? Oh, really, Fates? Okay, so what's up next? And then we'll do our shout-outs. How about that?
Okay. What's up next is 1 week from Wednesday, we will be doing a live appearance.
Good job, Michael.
At the Thirsty Turtle in Victor. It will be our third time at the Thirsty Turtle, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Thirsty Turtle. We have a couple of live appearances coming up. We will have them in Buffalo too, but the first one, so that's a week from Wednesday, Thirsty Turtle, Victor, New York. If you don't know where it is, and you've ever been to Eastview Mall, that's Victor, New York. It's right near there.
Yeah. Be sure to come out. We would love to see you all.
He's not going to talk.
You're really not going to talk about that? You wonder why Ryan is... I can't. Ryan is his daughter. Well, one of them.
Okay.
You have three. Okay, let's go into... Okay, so what's up
Shout-outs.
next?
Oh, what's up next?
So we have... The Bills have a walkthrough tomorrow on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, they'll be in Cleveland for their joint practice. That ahead of Saturday's preseason game against the Browns at 1 p.m. So the Bills will be getting a little joint practice action. Bradley Chubb said he loves to have joint practices. It's another opportunity to go against someone else. And also, I think it's like that peeling back the curtain of it's not a game. It's not a preseason game. You can really kind of, I don't know, it's a bit more of a learning experience.
It's man on man, too. That's what he said. They get that experience against another team. They're not worried about schemes. They're not worried about anything else.
Yeah.
They're all going to look great.
Gonna look great. Okay, and let's do our shout-outs.
Micah Hyde podcast will be out tomorrow.
Yes.
Wednesday.
Yes. Okay, our shout-outs. You have, here, if you're not going to read this. You're the one that put
Chelsea and Rob. They were here. They were very nice.
Nice.
They're from
Love
Jersey.
that. Oh, actually, Sam. We met Sam from Jersey,
Jersey
as well. Danielle.
Yep.
Mark and Melania.
Yes.
Melania.
Melania's his daughter.
Melania.
She says he's got Buffalo Plus playing all the time.
I know.
It's nonstop.
I always feel
us.
bad for people. I'm like, I'm
and
so
the kid
sorry.
walks in the room. He's like, really? And now she's going to be on the team.
Love that.
Yeah.
And then George Wilson.
George Wilson, former Bills player, doing a great job with the Bills. They hired him here.
Shout out, Maddie.
Watches the
Yep.
podcast. And we got a chance to talk to him today. I covered him when he was a player. Great dude. And thanks for watching.
Yeah, love it. All right, good stuff. So we'll have plenty more coverage. Like Dan talked about, the Micah Hyde podcast coming up. We'll have that for you all. So be sure to check that out.
Not allowed to have an opinion on this podcast
You
anymore.
are so childish. So childish. You wonder where your
Can't
daughter
make
gets from.
Can't
You're
make
the one
can't
acting
make
like
point.
a toddler.
Can't make a point, I guess.
Dan, I think you did a great job today.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Hey.
It's a good job.
All right, that'll do it for us. For Mike and Dan, I'm Jenna. Please be sure to
Could
like,
ask Jim
comment,
Leonard about the
subscribe,
backup punter
and
be like,
share.
he's been phenomenal.
Thanks for watching Buffalo Plus. We're sorry about Dan.
Buffalo Plus.